So today we're going to be talking about how dyslexia is. And my dad's here and he has dyslexia too. And we're going to be talking about it and what it does.
Yeah.
And how you can work around it.
I think more the way I look at it is how do I work with it? Is that for a long time I looked at it as how to work around it, and then when I started to embrace it and I started to figure out that, all right, well, it's just a different way of learning and it's a different way of interacting, and that rather than having to work around it, I look at it as something I can work with, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like another tool in a way. It's like we were talking about your mouse for gaming, right? Remember, what did you use before you had that mouse?
I used the one that I got from London.
Okay, and then how many buttons did the one before Logan? How many buttons did it have?
The clicking.
Just
clicking.
Okay, and how many?
It didn't have any side buttons.
Yeah, and how many side buttons do you have now?
6.
Okay. So for the longest time, I thought of that mouse, you can use it without the buttons, right?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But
So
you can also use it with them.
yeah, and what happens when you use it with them?
You get better at using them, and also it'll be easier to use.
So have you become a better gamer once you've adapted those buttons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to build and that stuff.
Yeah. So you can be able to access more things and do more things when you embrace those buttons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll try to put this into context. So for the longest time, I looked at those buttons and I went, that is too distracting, and that's going to create because it took a little bit of time to get used to those buttons, right?
Yeah, because you need to, you're so used to something else, and then you need to adapt.
Yes. So the way that I first looked at dyslexia is reading words, right? So from the book, I thought that was the only way that I could be able to input information into my brain, and that I had to be able to read at a certain level and I had to do it at a certain speed, right? So in a way, it's I looked at that mouse, and that even though I had all of these different buttons, which I can, how do you currently
use them?
No, well, when you go and we read books, what do we do at night for you to read books? How do you
listen to it?
Yes. So for the longest time, I was so focused on reading the books with the text out of the textbook, and it would take me so long to get through a single page, right?
Yeah.
But we had this tool, which is the button, where, you know what? How fast can we listen to a book?
Faster than we can read it.
How much faster?
A lot faster.
So in the time that it would take us to get through a page reading, how many pages do you think we could listen to?
5 in one.
Probably, right? And then we also have a better understanding of those 5 pages than we do that single page.
Yeah,
right?
because it just slips out of your brain.
That's what I feel like. That's the best way, right? But when we listen to it,
it just stays in.
Yeah, it just stays in.
Because you're not focusing on reading it, just trying to do that one thing. But if you're listening, you can focus more on the reading.
So it was like I was playing Fortnite and trying to use a single button mouse.
Yeah.
When I had all of these other buttons or tools
buttons.
Yeah, that I could be able to then play the game in a much
easier way.
But I was so focused on it. Imagine if only I had access to these 4 keys, or maybe even these keys, and that's the only way that I could play Fortnite. How far do you go?
Not that far.
Yeah.
Because you can't build and that stuff.
Yeah, so what ends up happening?
The more like if you get a mouse, you can do more.
No, but if you're just focused on those two keys, what happens in the game?
You're not as focused, and you're trying, and also you can't do as you can focus more on like, if you have more things.
So what happened when I played Fortnite? When I went and played Fortnite with you, what happened?
You were just walking forward, and you didn't understand it.
And you guys were nice to me, but
Yeah.
but I was an easy kill.
We were waiting.
You were super nice. Did I slow everyone down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a fast-paced game.
Yeah. But if I was playing, you would have killed me, right?
But
So if you were against me, I was an easy target, right?
yeah, if it was like an actual game.
So that's what I did, was that I got stuck in this particular mode where I was only focused on, all right, these are the only keys that I have, and I couldn't find the other tools to be able to become better, to improve. And so what I've done, and you've actually helped me tremendously, is that because of your open-mindedness and your willingness to be able to find different ways to get information in particular listening to books, that's allowed me to be able to improve.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't thank you enough for coming into my life and helping me to be able to open my mind and for me to be able to improve in an area that I really struggled with.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to give you a hug. It's been an absolute gift. And I know we sometimes struggle because I get frustrated because I can't help you in the way that I want to.
Yeah.
But we're learning. And we're going to continue to learn together and continue to grow together. All right? And so you can now go, and then we'll upload this on a particular book or a particular channel. All right. Love you.
Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe
Subscribe and like the video.
Subscribe and like the video. All right.